So I've been on this crazy wave of mindfulness these days. I think once the weather has shifted into warm, I would just like, boom, I'm done being on my phone. I'm done watching TV. I'm sick of it. It's over. I'm outside any moment that I can get.
That's a winter activity. Now it's like the summer activity.
Exactly. I'm done. I'm outside. I'm doing something. I'm waking up earlier. I'm just so over it. I'm so over being bored. I'm so over scrolling. Everything's like blending in together. I freaking can't take it anymore.
I completely 100% agree. And even with the waking up early, it's like when it's winter and it's cold, you just want to sleep and you just want to like
snuggle up in your blankets, whatever.
Exactly. Yeah. But when it's actually really nice outside, there's that newfound motivation, to just get out and do something. Mm-hmm. Even if it's kind of like cleaning up your yard or something like that.
Exactly.
Right?
I was literally just going to bring that up. I am obsessed. Okay. I'm like reading all these little articles of like, when am I supposed to plant which plant? Because generally I do gardening overall, but now I'm like obsessed with it. I can't wait to go to Home Depot, and like look at the new plants. And like my husband's been so sweet and he's just cleaned up so much of the area that I generally plant all the things. And it's like, I'm so excited to get out there, get my hands in the soil, get myself like active in the sunshine, planting something to watch it grow. And it's like this huge mindful activity for me because I'm again, not on my phone.
You want to disconnect.
Absolutely. And I'm in that moment. I'm making sure my little planties are doing okay, and I'm picking where I'm going to put them. And it's such a joy. And I really urge everybody to plant, even if it's just something in one pot. It doesn't have to be something crazy. Just a little pot outside your house if you don't have a yard. But oh my God, is it bringing me so much satisfaction to not only partake in the activity of gardening, but also to, when I reflect, like to watch it grow throughout the season.
Absolutely. And that's such a good point because not everybody, has a house, right, where you have a yard. But like even when, I lived in an apartment, I had my little balcony, right? And I had my little plants there. And like that was my first exposure, I think, to that feeling of like planting something and growing something and then watching it like thrive and stuff, And there's just so many new things that you can learn from that. It just feels so good. And what you mentioned about Home Depot, it's like those are the priorities now. Like that's what we want to go do with our weekend is research some plants and then go to Home Depot and like buy them and plant them and things like that. I love that.
Exactly. And it's a joy to get your, like if you do have a yard, it's a joy to get it tidy. Like when you finally get it cleared out from the winter, it really feels like a spring cleaning, but on the outside, where you're just like refreshing your entire home, your atmosphere, everything. And just working in itself is such a good feeling because when you accomplish like a day's worth of gardening or cleaning or weeding or whatever, like you feel so accomplished, you feel so good. And it's something that you get to enjoy for such a long time because it's months, right? As the season goes on. And it's wonderful, really. The self, like the feeling of accomplishment is so great because you could see it. It's not something in passing. It's there in front of your face every day.
And you see progress, right? Like with a plant growing, like, oh, it's just a little bit bigger today or something, or weekly. I love that. And even just like something, the other day our dining room table, I'm sure other people also deal with this kind of thing, is like you just start collecting stuff on top of it, right?
I'm just gonna set this pile of mail right here.
Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of pile it on, right? And so, at that point, I was like, I'm sick and tired of this. I feel overwhelmed. Like when we're eating, we're like moving stuff out of the way to like, no, like I cleaned it and I just felt so good. And I felt like while I was doing it, I was so in the moment and so like mindful of what I was doing. And it really just helped clear my head even.
Yeah, clear spaces definitely makes it a lot clearer inside your mind as well.
Exactly.
That's
so
true.
Do that spring cleaning, guys, because it really does
changes your
make a
mindset.
difference.
Like if you want to talk about mental health podcast, it's important to realize like your environment will have a huge impact on how you feel. If you're full of clutter, if you're holding on to things that should have been, it could be as simple as like a corner filled with Amazon boxes.
Yes.
Like, break them up, throw them out. You're going to feel so much better. And it's easier said than done, of course, to get yourself up and moving. But pick a day, pick a half an hour on one day where you know you got some time to do just a little bit, and it'll feel so much better to get some of that energy in your environment moving, because things that are sitting there create this negative energy and the just stale energy that just sits there. You have to break that up in your environment.
Yeah, and it sounds so simple, small, but it really does make a huge difference at the end of the day. And then you feel a little bit more accomplished, and maybe you go do something else, or maybe you don't, and that's okay too. But you're still moving that, like you said, moving that energy around and moving yourself, right? Because you could very well be a couch potato and spend your day doing that, but what is that really going to do?
Because you may not even notice how much stuff you've accumulated over. And I think I want to say over the winter, because maybe that's just me personally, but it's like you just leave, I'll do it later. I'll do it later. And then there's just like little piles of stuff that you got to take care of, to the point where you sort of start disassociating from its existence. I don't see that. No. And it's like, you just walk by it. But the fact that you're disassociating from a portion of your house is bad.
Right.
You know, like I feel the same way. My laundry room is right next to my dining room. So I feel like I do all my folding and stuff on my dining room table and stuff, you know, but sometimes I don't, and it just sits there and I'm like, Jesus, Olga, you know, like, but also I keep walking past it, And it's like, no, clean it up, make it look nice, decorate for the holiday, you know? Yes. And I did that the other day. I really spent some time just like tidying up and decorating for Easter, and just like making it a really nice environment for myself, you know, and it's really cute. And now instead of just zoning out while I walk by it, I'm like, oh, it's so cute.
Exactly.
And it makes me happy.
What a change in perspective. You're not like, oh, I don't see that mess. You're like, wow, look at that cute little bunny thing that I hung up or whatever, you know?
Huge. It seems simple, and it seems annoying that you might have to force yourself to do it, but it's so important for how you function, like minute to minute, hour to hour, as you're walking by that room, that space, whatever. It will help you feel better. You got to do the work, man.
Exactly. You got to do the work, and you'll see the difference.